Now, dividends is money that a company pays to its shareholders out of the profits which the company generated. And ladies and gents, there are people that are out there, or retail investors that are out there, who prefer to invest into companies that pay this dividend. I mean, I'm not a dividend chaser, but I also sort of like don't hate stocks that pay out dividends. I mean, there are stocks in my portfolio that part of the reason why I invest into those stocks is because they are paying dividends, like the company that I want to talk to you about today, which will be paying a dividend of R1.62 per share on the 15th of April. Now, otherwise, you'll know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. I really appreciate if you can just hit the like button if you are to enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about this company that will be paying this very good dividend, which I look forward to because I already own this company. And if you don't own this company yet, well, no stress, no panic, because you can still qualify to get this dividend. I think the last trading day where you qualify to get this dividend is around the 9th of April. So you have until the 9th of April for you to buy this stock until you qualify this R1.62 dividend, or net dividend rather, that they will be paying. By net dividend, I mean that you are going to get this dividend at R1.62 per share that you own. So if you own 10 shares, you are going to get 10 multiplied by R1.62, and that will be, of course, your total dividends that you are going to get from this company. So the company, without wasting any more of your time, that I'm talking about is none other than Sun International. Now, Sun International said this during their, of course, full year 2023 audited statements, which of course they declared this dividend, which is something that is pretty exciting. Now, Sun International, you'll know that it is a company that is doing pretty good, because on those statement, or on that statement which they announced this dividend, they announced a 12 or over 12 billion rands in, of course, revenue for the year, which is something that is pretty exciting because it was a 7% increase year over year. I mean, they also announced an adjusted EBITDA of around 455 million, which is something that is pretty exciting. Now, out of all this revenue, 12 billion revenue, Sun International indicated that over 65% of the revenue was generated in South Africa, meaning that most of the revenues that Sun International is making, ladies and gents, it's coming from SA, which is something that is pretty exciting. So Sun International has got a debt to adjusted EBITDA of around 1.7, which is within the bank's covenants of around 3.25, meaning that the ratio of course, its debt against its EBITDA margin, it's pretty decent, right? Which is something that is exciting. So when we go to profitability, or how profitable Sun International was for the full year of 2023, Sun International announced an EPS of 494 cents, which is something that is pretty exciting because it was a 120% increase year over year. And when you go to the headline earnings per share, or HEPS, it was 88.1% increase year over year. This is something that is pretty exciting, something that makes me to be really excited. Now, one thing that they also stressed, you will remember that back in December, Sun International came and announced an acquisition of the Piermont Group. Piermont, ladies and gents, it is also a traveling and leisure industry company, ladies and gents, and they indicated during that announcement that they will fund this acquisition by means of debt, which is something that, of course, they indicated that they see potential because Piermont has got very attractive destinations, like I think next to our Tambo here we've got Emperor's Palace, which is owned by Piermont. That's one of the most attractive, of course, destinations or areas in Gauteng, in Johannesburg, which is something that is pretty exciting. So they also have the betting side of the segment, where of course they've got quite a number of tables or betting tables, which will boost, of course, on the revenues that Sun International generates from gaming and, of course, these attractions, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, you will know that into Sun International, most of their revenue comes from the gaming side of their business. So Sun Bets, Sun Slots, those are the ones that generate most of the revenues from Sun International. I think over 60% of their revenue comes from their gaming side of the business, which is something that is pretty exciting to know that they are acquiring not only a company who's into, of course, tourist attractions and all these kind of things, but they are also investing or wanting to buy a company that will boost their gaming side of the of course business. Makes me to be really excited. So they all announce this, and the most important part of the earnings, or sorry rather, of these announcements of their audited statements was, of course, the 162 net dividend that we'll be receiving, ladies and gents, on the 15th of April 2024. So the last day where you can buy, like I said, is the 9th of April for you to qualify this. And I think yesterday when the market closed, Sun International was trading just below 37 rands per share, meaning that when you buy that one share of Sun International by, let's say, 37 rands per share, you will be getting 1.62 back on the 15th of course April 2024. So I'm looking forward to that dividend payment, and I'm going to use the money that I'll be getting from that dividend to, of course, scoop in shares of other companies that I personally invest in. I think when I calculated from the number of shares I own at the moment, which I'm going to increase before the dividend date come, as it stands, I think I'm going to get just almost 2,000 rands from the day that Sun International will be paying this, of course, dividend. My target is to get over 2,000 worth of dividends coming from Sun International, and therefore I'm going to be adding as we head towards the dividend payment date, or just before, of course, the ex-dividend date, or the final day where you can buy these, of course, Sun International shares. So I'm looking forward to that day, and I just thought I'd just give you this quick update of saying that if you want to also get this dividend, you have until the 9th to buy or to scoop in Sun International shares. The good thing is that the shares of Sun International have been dropping, meaning that you can, ladies and gents, scoop in some shares at a very good price. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the likes button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click the notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And God bless you all.